Good morning, students. So, how are you all? Are you all studying? I don't know. I am teaching. It's your duty to study, okay? As it is too hot, I am just sitting and teaching today. A trial. Not sure whether I will succeed. Okay? I will try. Understand? So, in the last class, we had completed page number 9. Page number 9 was completed. Okay. According to that, the end part, concluding part was that the clergy people hand over the properties, the land of the church to government. So the government got an asset of 2 billion lever. With that 2 billion lever, government could be able to repay the debt. I had already taught in the first classes that there was a debt of 2 billion and more for France. Okay, so once this asset is received by them, they can find out finance from that or money from that and repay the debt. They can utilize it. Okay, now today we are going to page number 10. Page number 10. Just read the page number 10. If you got the textbook, please keep it open. Okay, what is the heading? France becomes a constitutional monarchy. France becomes a constitutional monarchy. Previously, it was not having a constitution, proper constitution. Understand? The kings ruled according to their will and pleasure. Especially King Louis XVI was ruling according to his will and pleasure. Okay. So now we are going to study. We had already seen that in the last class that a constitution they are making, that they King Louis XVI had agreed to function or perform the government according to their means the citizens' demand. According to the citizens' demand. So a constitution was being drafted by the National Assembly. Okay, so we had seen all these things in the last class. Okay, now let us discuss about the constitution. France becomes a constitutional monarchy. When it becomes a constitutional monarchy? In the year of 1791. In the year of 1791, the National Assembly completed the draft of the constitution. So actually in the last class we had seen that they started the constitution, preparation of constitution in which year? 14th August 1789. In the year of 14 July, not August, 14 July 1789, they started the preparation of this constitution. The National Assembly started the preparation of or commenced the preparation of or drafting of the constitution in the year 1789 July 14th. Okay, and it was completed. This constitution was completed in the year of 1791. Okay, so let us see what is the contents of this constitution, or some contents or main objects are there for the constitution. Let us see what is that. The first main object what is to limit the power of monarch. the first main object of the constitution is to limit the power of monarch. Who is monarch? Monarch is the king and ministers. Monarchs, who is monarchs? Monarchs is the king and ministers. Okay. Then second object of the constitution is powers were separated and assigned to different institutions. Powers were separated and assigned to different institutions. It's already, you may think, what is the institution? Institution is not only a teaching institution or a coaching institution or like that. There are many institutions. The word institution carries many meanings. Okay. So you must keep in your mind one aspect, that every now and then there is a change of word meaning in English. In English, the meaning of the word changes according to the usage. So you must keep that in your mind and study. Don't think, if you are studied one meaning for an English word, you don't take that is the only meaning. No. When the usages are changed, the circumstance of usages are changed, the meaning are getting changed. Okay. Now here, institution. The powers were separated and assigned to different institutions. What is institution here? Institutions are the judiciary, legislature and executive. Which are they? Executive, judiciary, legislature. It is shown on page number 10 in the diagram. It is a figure, figure number 7. Figure number 7. It is mentioned that these are the institutions. Previously there was no such a great institution while the king was ruling. He and some of his ministers were doing everything. So it was not in a systematic way. It was totally a mess. And also the way of ruling was very poor. Hence it had affected the performance of the kingdom, empire or government. So they started facing a great financial crisis. Okay. But here when the constitution came into existence, in the constitution it is mentioned that the powers are to be separated and assigned. Assigned means give to or given. Assigned is past tense, so given or gave, G-A-V-E, gave or given to 3 institutions. One is legislature, executive and judiciary. These are the 3 institutions. Okay. Now the third point is that National Assembly. I am saying the important points of the constitution. Okay. There are other points also. Rights and duties is mentioned in that. We will discuss later or study later. The third point mentioned in the important point mentioned in the constitution is that National Assembly is given the power to make a law in constitution. National Assembly is given the power to make a law in constitution. So let me ask you, who elected this National Assembly? This National Assembly was indirectly elected. This National Assembly was indirectly elected. Actually, there is a division of citizens. I will teach you later. There is a division of citizens. They are electing the National assembly, but there is a drawback in this constitution. There is a drawback in this constitution also, which I will be dictating, or I will be bringing into your knowledge later. Okay. Now let us go systematically. So National Assembly is given the power to make laws in constitution. Understand? So this National Assembly was indirectly elected also. They are indirectly elected to make a law in the constitution. Okay. Now let us go to this. I told you there are institutions. I told you there are 3 institutions to whom the powers are being distributed or given or separated. Okay. They are one, legislature. One is legislature. What is legislature? You know that. You can understand. If you are thinking, you can understand that. How? In our state government, there is legislative assemblies, or legislature is there. Or in our central government, there is also this sort of institutions. That is one Lok Sabha, one Rajya Sabha. You may be knowing that. If I am not wrong, you might have studied regarding the formation of the government in class 8. Okay, like that, legislatures is an assembly, National Assembly of 745 members. Here now in Lok Sabha there is something 500 something. Yes. Okay, let us see later. So legislature is an National Assembly, consists of 745 members. Okay. Now, who elects and how elects this legislature? I will explain it. Prior to that, we will see what is electors. It is written here in the book, electors. You can see legislature. Below the legislature comes National Assembly. Okay. Below the legislature comes the National Assembly. Below that comes the electors. Electors. Then below that comes the active citizens and passive citizens. Okay. Now let us understand what is electors. Okay. Electors, all citizens are not electors. Active citizens vote a group of electors. Active, you must think the citizen is divided into 2, active citizens and passive citizens. Then who elects or vote electors? Who vote for electors? Active citizens. Active citizens vote for electors, and the electors are 50,000 men. There will be 50,000 men in electors group. Okay. Now, what is the specialty of electors? Electors are men whose annual income tax, not income tax. You must take importance to the tax. These 50,000 men whose annual income taxes equal to the local labors or local wages paid for 3 days of labor. That means local labor's payment. Any one local labor's payment must be taken. His total 3 days payment must be the income tax. Understand? Local wages paid for 3 days of labor. There may be number of labors. So any 3 day or first 3 day, what is the wages paid to the local laborers? That is to be taken into consideration. Any 3 day. Okay. And the total of the payment must be the tax payment of the citizen who is being voted into the electoral group. Again I am explaining. A person who is paying tax, annual tax, not monthly, annual tax of 3 days local labor's wages payment. Such person can be voted as a member in electors group. Okay. Now you understand? So now that means the priority will be given to, that is the minimum, the 3 days labor wages must be the annual income of a person. That is the minimum thing, criteria to become a elector. The minimum eligibility to become an elector. Okay, but the thing is that the selection or voting of elector depends upon the priority of the taxes paid. Some person may pay more 4 days amount as taxes. Some person may pay 5 days amount as taxes. 5 days wages of laborers may be paid as taxes. It depends upon the income of the persons. So the election or selection and fixing of electors group depends upon the priority of the tax amount paid by the persons. Okay? Understand? Hope that you have got it. Okay. Now, what is the duty of these electors? What is the duty of these electors? 50,000 men were elected and nominated or appointed as a member in electors group. Okay. Now, what is the duty of this 50,000 people? The 50,000 people or men, not people, men must find out a assembly, must choose the assembly. That means National Assembly members were chosen by the 50,000 members in electoral group. Okay. So now let me say that is the electoral group's duty and that is electoral group and that is the eligibility of electors. Okay. Now let us go to active citizens. Active citizens. I told you citizens are divided into two, that is active citizens and passive citizens. Active citizens means those who had attained the age of 25 years. One criteria, one eligibility, that citizen must attain age of 25 years, means above 25 years, must have above 25 years. Second eligibility, must be literate. Literate means educated. And third eligibility, must have knowledge about the law. Okay. Also, fourth eligibility, must have continuous income and consist the right to vote. Must have continuous income That is the fourth eligibility. Fifth one is consists the right to vote. When these four eligibilities are fulfilled, automatically the fifth one is coming into the hand. When the four eligibilities are fulfilled, automatically he is having the right to vote. Understand? So you must be careful. Active citizens first eligibility is above 25 years, must be educated, must have the knowledge of law, and he must have a continuous income. That means monthly income. That means he must be having a job, employed somewhere. Okay? Without job, people won't be able to get a continuous income. Okay? When these four eligibilities are there with a person, then he is automatically accepted for the right to vote. Okay, these people are known as active citizens. That time French was having about 4 million population out of 28 million as active citizens. 4 million population out of 28 million as active citizens. Understand? So, now let me tell you what is passive citizens. You understand what is active citizens. Okay. Now what is passive citizens? Passive citizens are illiterate and have no knowledge of law. That you can understand. You just compare with the passive and active and passive. Passive citizens are illiterate, no education. They don't have knowledge of law and government. Okay, they don't have a continuous income. That means they don't have job. But they are under the protection of the government. These are the four criteria. Okay, about 3 million men, then women, then children and youth below 25 years comes under passive citizens. Understand? How many? 3 million men, then women, children